Welcome to the video, everyone, and today we are going to be doing the Boltons. We have the Bolton faction with new members just released in this latest patch. So we got our hands on Ramsay Bolton, and let's go over the Bolton bonus. The Boltons are known for their bleed, as in this Battle of the Bastards event, as you've seen. Now, bleed works by every time someone uses their skill, the recipient takes damage based on their attack and the amount of bleed. We will find out how many bleeds are the max stacks. I have a feeling it's going to be 5, like ice and fire, but we will find out. We're going to do 5 members of the Boltons, so bleed is going to be 100% more effective. Let us test this out. Now, we have the leader, Ramsay Bolton. He has a normal speed move that does 15% attack physical to your team and 90% attack physical to all the enemies. His Let's Play move, which is his leadership ability, at the beginning of combat, if Ramsay is the team leader, he has an 80% chance to inflict up to 2 bleed on each opponent. This is great to get the train rolling. And give him another 5% HP. At 5 stars, it's 100% chance, which is wonderful. And he has a bonus damage ability at 2 stars, and 4 stars, and 6 stars. So bonus damage when he uses his special. And you're going to have bleeds on them because these Boltons like their bleeds. We have the Dreadfort Flayer. He has a fast speed move that does physical damage to an enemy. And the target and all enemies with bleed have an 81% chance to be afflicted with 2 bleed. So if Bolton Ramsay gets off his move, he's going to hit them and get them more bleed. So we want to get up to the max stacks. And then when an enemy is defeated, all enemies have a 95% chance to be afflicted with 2 bleed. So that is wonderful. Then we're going to go with the Bolton Field General. And the Bolton Field General has a fast move. Now, they have very fast moves. The Field General grants all allies 11% defense buff for 3 turns, with a 65% chance to induce up to 3 bleeds upon all enemies. This is a fast move that's going to happen a lot. And when a bleeding enemy uses their skill, the Field General destroys 4 gems. So that's going to be more stamina gained and damage. More stamina for your abilities. We're going to also use the tank. I didn't have enough silver to get him to 50, but we're going to try him anyway. We have the tank, and he taunts for 4 turns with an 11% physical resistant buff for 7 turns. So he's got a 4-turn taunt. And when enemies strike him, he has a 40% chance to gain 2 bleed on the enemy that strikes him. So this team has lots of bleeds. And finally, we're going to go with the Boltman Man of Arms. He has a very fast move, and he's going to attack 4 times. Each strike is 12% physical and has a 60% chance to induce bleed. So he's like the Northern Brawler of the bleed team, of the Boltons. Then, his passive, when the Man of Arms lands a critical strike against the bleeding foe, they heal for 10% max HP. I'm thinking they mean he heals for 10% max HP. I'm not sure they heal. If they heal, then it's not very good. But we're going to go with them. Now, you have other Boltons. You have a total of 8 Boltons. So go with whoever you have. Let's test this out in campaign. Unfortunately, I am in PvP way too high for this team to be testing out. They are not going to last. They're going to lose in a second. So we're going to test them out in Treacherous. Treacherous 1 has this red guy who has a lot of HP, and we're going to see how bleed works on him. The other 2 guys are pretty easy to kill, and we're going to keep this on regular speed. Okay, so Ramsay has inflicted him with 2 bleed. Ramsay has inflicted this guy with 2 bleed. Okay, so bleeds are on the board. So now we want the Flayer to get his move off. We want the Flayer to get his move off. Okay, now we're up against... Now we have to save the move. We have to save the move because he doesn't have bleed. Okay, now this guy is a big, beefy guy. Now he just almost took out one of my guys. The problem with the Boltons is they do not have a shield. Okay, so let's throw some bleeds on him. Okay, he's got 3 bleeds. Now let's use the Flayer's ability. Bleed. He's got... Is it only 3 bleeds they can have? Bolton's Barrage. Okay. Let's go purple. That would be very disappointing if they can only get 3 bleeds. That would be very disappointing. Okay, he just sacked Bolton. Okay, now the bleeds are off of him. The bleeds are off of him, and now we got our taunt. We got our taunt up, and when he gets hit, okay, now we're going to strike him and get him more bleeds. Okay. So he has 2 bleeds on him, and the field general is going to give everyone a buff. And did he inflict bleed? Yes, 3 bleeds. I think 3 bleeds might be the max. 3 bleeds might be the max, which is a little bit disappointing. Okay, we're going to use the Flare. Okay. So, they don't seem very good. Now, I know this is against a pretty strong guy. Okay, Ramsay, do your thing. Oh, he's probably going to kill the other guy. Oops. Ramsay doing Ramsay things. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go with purple. Okay, so let's see the bleed damage. Okay, he just killed him. I don't get it. I don't really see the deal with bleed. They can only stack 3. They can only stack 3 bleed. That's a problem. Okay, defense up. How many bleeds does he have? 2 bleeds. Okay, we got to get the Flare to give him more bleed. Okay. Because the bleeds only last 2 more turns, and his special goes in 2 turns. So we got to get more bleeds on him. Okay. So, bleed. Okay. 3 bleeds for 3 turns. Okay, so that refreshed it. So next turn he's going to attack. We got to pay attention to what he does. Okay. Is he not taking damage? Maybe it's because I'm not in PvP. Maybe it's because I'm not in PvP. Maybe that's why the bleed isn't working. Because he's doing regular strikes. He doesn't have a special move. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Okay, so we figured out from this match was a fail. We figured out that you could stack 3 bleeds, ice and fire, you could stack 5 bleeds. Okay. So this is a fail. Because he's obviously not doing it. So we're going to exit this match. I guess we could try PvP. I don't feel very... Let me see if there's any small teams to attack. Oh, hopefully there'll be a small team. Oh, I already beat the small team. What do we got? What do we got? We got 300 power. They're all pretty high. How many points do I have? I can afford a loss. Okay, we're going to test this out in PvP against the 300,000 team. Okay, this team way outclasses me. Daenerys' burn is probably going to wipe my whole team out. Let's go to the Boltons. Okay, let's take them out. Let's go with Ramsay, Flair, Bolt General, Shieldman, and Boltman. Oh man, this would be a 3 times punch up. Let's see if bleed works. We gotta match things fast or we're gonna die. Okay, so they have bleed. They have bleed. 2 bleed. 1 bleed. 2 bleed. 1 bleed. 2 bleed. Okay, so there's a good amount of bleed on the board. So the way I want to approach it is I want to try to keep going. Okay. He just did a regular attack. He didn't do his special. And he hit Ramsay pretty hard. I think I need to get some things going. Okay, he just pretty much one-shotted my guy. I want to see the specials. Okay, here's the special. Oh, he just took a ton of damage. Oh, there's a lot of potential in bleed. Look at that damage on Aegon. Aemond, not Aegon. Aemond. He lost like almost half his health. Okay, so who do we want to put the bleed on now? Okay, so there's a lot of potential. Now I'm way outclassed. I am way outclassed here. Let's put it on Grey Worm. Okay. Bleed. He's got 2 bleed on him. Okay. And we want to get the Flair to get more bleeds. Okay. Flair. More bleeds. Okay, they got more bleeds. Now let's pay attention to what happens. Hopefully we can stay alive long enough to do something. I'm definitely losing this match. Just stay alive long enough for the special. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Okay, Daenerys. Oh, look at that. Oh, she lost like half her health. She lost like half her health. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bleed is crazy. Okay, so in the campaign, it doesn't work. The campaign, it doesn't work well. But in PvP, bleed is... Wow. If you could... You just need sustain. I don't even think you need the full... I don't even think you need the full Bolton team. I think you need a healer. You can only apply 3 bleeds. You can only apply 3 bleeds. So you got Ramsay, who's going to get bleeds. You got the Flair. I like the Flair. And I would say the General. I like the General. You have fast speed move. You have fast speed move and Ramsay, and I don't know. You could pick. They're all good. Bleed is effective. Bleed is very effective. I'm curious how it would be if I was evenly matched with this team. There's no sustain, so maybe if they had either shielding or healing, that would be very helpful. Maybe someone like a Marjorie could fit on this team with the triage heal, which goes up when their health is down. So Marjorie might be a good 5th member on the Bolton team. You would actually just take one of them out and the bleed would go down to, it would be 80% of effective, which would be fine because you would sustain and let them kill themselves. I'm a little shocked that it's only 3 bleed you can have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below. Obviously, the first one was an epic fail, but that was the campaign where they didn't have the special move. It was just hit to the face. So hit to the face does not apply bleed. You have to wait for their special move to be activated. And as we saw with Aemond and as we saw with Daenerys, it took off almost half their health, which is pretty impressive considering my guys are only level 50. So I took that loss, and that's fine. And I used a whole bunch of silver, but whatever. It's all good. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and take care.